Hi and welcome to chandu.org. In this video, we're going to take a look at a very quick technique to customize your Excel charts. Over on Twitter, where I occasionally tweet some stuff about Excel data analysis and stuff like that at R1C1, one of our followers, Chetan, asked me how we can add an arbitrary line on top of the chart at some point. So this is a screenshot that he pasted there, and he asked me how to do this. So I thought I'll show you, but as a very quick tutorial. So here we go. I have made up some data. We don't have access to the actual data Chetan was working on, so I assumed this is a superhero factory, and we have some of the superheroes listed here. Their checkout times in the factory both today and yesterday are maintained. I'm trying to recreate a similar chart, and we want to put an arbitrary line at some point on the chart. Let's say at 8:30 p.m. or 6 p.m. or 4 p.m. or something like that, a line that will go from here to there, just so we know this is the line, and anybody crossing that line are the ones that we may want to focus. So how do you go ahead and add a line like that? Now there are many ways to do this kind of a thing. What we will do is we will see one technique. So let us say where we want this line to be drawn, line at, and let's put some value here. Now all of these are time values, so they are just time without any date attached to it. So we will simply say we want a line at 6 p.m. Okay, I don't know if Excel understood this. Yeah, so this is a proper time value that stands at that, right? And we want the line going all the way from here to there. So what we could do is we can select this chart and select data, and then we can add that. We will say add a line at series that has that value. What this does is it adds an arbitrary point because we haven't told where this should belong. It just tags it right next to the first category of the chart and puts a vertical line like that. We don't want a vertical line, we wanted a horizontal line that goes from here to there, but stays at 6 p.m. all through. So we wanted a horizontal line, not a vertical line. So now that that part is done, we will right click on that and say change series chart type. If you're using an earlier version of Excel, this might be called something else, but no matter what version of Excel you're using, you can find some way to change the chart type. Okay, and what we will do is we will say this need not be a column, so it can't be a clustered column, it should be a line. We can pick something like that, but what that means is we will have to supply 6 p.m. values across all the categories. Okay, so we will end up writing a lot of values there. So instead I thought we can just use an XY scatter plot. What that does is it puts a dot at the 6 p.m. value there, and we will click OK. So we'll get that value there. Now we will go back and select data and look at line at and edit this. So what this shows is Y value is going to be 6 p.m. That's right. So this Y value is there, but it doesn't have any X value, so it assumes the X value to be the first category. So it puts that value at Batman. Now we can leave it at this, or if you want to play with this, you can put some arbitrary value and see what happens. If you put it at 3, it puts the dot on top of the third category. We don't want the dot to be anywhere. We don't even need a dot. What we wanted was a line. Okay, so once you have the dot, you can go ahead and play with this. There are a couple of ways to do this. The easiest way, once you have a dot like that, is to simply add error bars to it. Okay, when you add an error bar, Excel will put some tiny lines on both directions. What we will do is select the dot now and press Ctrl 1 to open up your formatting options. If you're using an earlier version of Excel, you will see this in a dialog box, and that shows series options. We will select Y error bars. Y error bars are the ones that are going up vertically, and we don't need them, so we will delete the Y error bars. Okay, Likewise, we select X error bars. These are the ones that go in the horizontal direction, and we can't even see anything here because those are very tiny, so Excel cannot even show them. But if you put this as a fixed percentage and put it as 100% or something like that, you should be able to see the line. Okay, this goes all the way from here to there. What this inadvertently does is it also extends the chart, so now it is going in that territory. But we will figure that out a little later. So what we will do is we will say, I don't want this line going in both directions, I want this to go only in positive direction, so the line goes from here to there, right? And we will say no cap, because what happens is there will be a vertical line at the end for this error bar. So we'll say no cap, and you can go to your formatting options and select the color you want. I'm going to just use a mild color like that and adjust the line thickness. Play with this, if you want. Let's just leave it there, right? Once that's done, we will come back to the data point, the dot, and select data. Remember, we were just playing with this, so I entered arbitrary value there. We will leave it without any value, so it starts from here and it goes like that. And the error value needs to be 1 2 3 4 5 6. How many other categories are there? So there are 8 categories, so we want this error value to be not 100%, not a standard error, but a fixed value that is equal to 8. Okay, so it goes like that. Maybe 7 should do. Okay, and you will get a line like that. You don't even need the dot, so you can select the dot and go to formatting options, marker, and marker options, and set the marker to be done. So there is no marker, no line, just the error bar that is shown at 6 p.m. So that's how you can add an arbitrary line. There are other techniques that you can use as well, but I find the error bar technique to be easier to work with. There are a couple of limitations with this approach. One is you will see an extra item at the legend here. What you could do is you could altogether remove the legend and customize the chart so that these labels, these columns are explained in a better way. Or if you want, you can customize the legend so that that one goes off. The other thing that you can also do is, if you want to add a label on top of this so that you want to explain what this line at is, you can do that as well. You can select that series and add labels to it. For that, we will just select that series and say data labels, so that will show up as 6 p.m. Now in Excel 2016 and 2013, they have added features so that you can get this value from other cells. So we will simply say, you could simply say series name, and get rid of y value, and instead of showing it on the right, you can show it above, and that should be sufficient. So this says linet. Instead of that, standard time, or something like that. Okay, so that shows up there as a label. If you don't want that label, you want something custom, you can also do that using value from cells option as well. Okay, so this is how you can go create a chart like this. I hope you find this useful, Chetan, and I hope others who are watching the channel are also finding this useful. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to download this file, just check out the description of the video and grab it. Thanks. Bye bye.